Alright, here is 5812 Michigan Avenue, located in 32211 area of Jacksonville, Florida. This home is a concrete block, 3 bedroom, 1 bath. It is currently listed at 1,220 square foot. The reason for that is this side addition that maybe was a garage or it was just a flat out addition here is added to that square footage. There is no central heat and air run to that spot of the house, so it's really only 960 square foot heated. Still a wonderful property for a rental, and we're going to go through the renovations for that to keep it as a rental. So nice large 2-car parking space here. Nice driveway. You got a lot of tree debris that was removed by the bank. This one's currently owned by Fannie Mae. So once that gets removed, the front yard will have a little bit better curb appeal. Need some yard work, minor stuff done. You got some trees that could be removed in the back, some trash trees. I would do a better job of cleaning up the tree line here. They did just what was needed to keep it safe. This tree here definitely should come down at some point. Doesn't have to come down right now. It's a very large tree, it's very alive. It's just very close to the house. If we were to flip this home as a retail deal, we would definitely remove that right away. So something to keep in mind, that is not in the rental renovation budget that we're going to go through. So you've got some old windows here, some fairly newer compared to the age of the home. This house was built in 1953. For a rental property in this area, these windows are fine. As long as they close properly, lock, they'll do just fine for rental. Of course, you might want to upgrade. You could spend $4,000 and replace all the windows with new double pane insulated windows, but for the rental I wouldn't suggest it right away. Concrete block, as I mentioned. Exterior just needs to be pressure washed and painted. You've got some rotten wood on the eaves. This needs to be repaired, a few spots here and a few in the back. The roof, the shingles are in really good shape. However, there was some termite damage, and we'll see more of that inside. You can see right here. That's rotted out. That whole beam needs to go, and we'll see more of that in the living room as we walk in. It's probably going to be the most expensive part of the job. When you walk in, you immediately get into the living room. Got a throughway there to the kitchen. Got a little dining room over to the left there. That door leads you into what is currently just a storage area, as there's no heating or cooling in there. But it could be a den in your nice living room. So the biggest expense we have right now is this beam here has been eaten up by termites. Chances are they have found their way in through the floor base, worked up the framing, and started eating away here. They could have come from the tree also. This is the only sagging part of the ceiling, and it's really not even that bad. Just won't know until we fully open it up. I've got $8,000 for the roof. As a rental property, the roof itself is fine, but with that issue there, you may have to rip it up and replace a lot of beams. You may be able to just tear the ceiling down here, replace what's in there, secure it, and move on. But either way, we have it budgeted in there just in case. Alright, so to move through quickly here, again, as a rental property, we're not going to do a lot of changes to the house. We're going to paint all the walls 2 tones, put some baseboard in where they're missing. The bedrooms here will have carpet. The rest of the house would be tiled. The den would be carpeted or tiled, depending on your liking on that. I would recommend installing some AC ducts in there and having a usable space with air conditioning and heating. So the bedrooms are fairly small, very normal for this area. Again, all these windows look like they're in pretty good shape. These need to be cleaned. Now this room, there's less light. as one of the windows are boarded up, so that would need to be replaced. But you know, basic light fixtures in all the rooms, paint, some flooring throughout. Now the air conditioner is here, both the air handler and the condenser. I would definitely, you know, in my house I would want to replace it with a new one just to know it's going to last for a while, not cause any of the tenants problems. However, if you want to save some money, you may be able to spend $300 to $400 and have these tightened up, cleaned, and serviced. And they can last you a few more years. Okay, so moving into the bathroom. You know, again, the tile is in really good shape. There's no cracks in the floor. I would clean it. Same goes for the tiles on the wall. The color is not too offensive. It's very common for this area. I have that detail cleaned. We can acid wash it and put some, you know, regrout as needed. The only area of concern is right here, and that can be filled in. Again, for a rental, it's not going to be too big of a problem. Could even install some kind of transition piece to cover it up. But or we could fix all these cracks and regrout, and then have the bathtub man come in here and paint it all white again, reglaze it. But either way, so toilet's in good shape. I put a new toilet seat on there. Pedestal sinks looks good. Needs a new drain. The house does need to be repiped. So while we repiped, it's got the poly pipes now that are going to leak. And I'm sure they've probably leaked before in this house. But we would replace the shower valve as well. And we would access it through the back here while we had that AC out being cleaned, so that way we didn't damage the bathroom tiles. So those are the 3 bedrooms, the 1 bath. Make our way here into the kitchen. Now, the kitchen's got a strange layout. The cabinets are in fairly well shape. They could be, you know, heavily cleaned, repainted, new hardware, and they'd be wonderful for the rental property. Down below here needs to be, you know, repaired. The back there needs to be touched up. You know, put some new plywood in there, repaint the insides, replace that Lazy Susan, or just remove it. Install a door there. We could easily find some doors that match, or a drawer to match that. Freshly painted. Now you've got some solid surface countertop in here. Maybe it's Corian, I'm not 100% sure. But great countertop, just need to be cleaned and recaulked at the seams. Stove could probably be repaired. I would budget to replace it, and I have. Normally we don't like dishwashers in our rental properties if at all possible, just because they're one more thing to go wrong. There's a spot here for it, and you know, for this, which is a little bit nicer of a neighborhood, we maybe would want to put a dishwasher in there. Now the one spot we have trouble seeing is where to put the refrigerator. There's really nowhere to do that. You could stick it here, or you would close that door, keep it closed, and keep it in that alcove there. Normally on a flip type of deal, where we're going to sell this as a retail, we'd remove this wall. We still probably would. We just have to move the electrical over, which would get a little bit more expensive because it's the entire box there. For the rental property, we would not. We'd just leave it as it is. Maybe close that door, maybe even frame this whole area in, stick the refrigerator there. So either way, there's your kitchen. Go into this area here. So you can see this is just, you know, open ceilings here. We'd want to close that off, put some insulation in there, run some ducting through the ceiling. We can make it come through here perhaps. We'd bust through the concrete if we had it to. And then you got your laundry room back there. Nice large living space here. You need to replace some doors. Back door doesn't open. Backyard's very small. Just need to replace the rotting, damaged wood plank fence there. You could install a new one, but I would just remove the old ones and leave it as is. There's still a metal fence or a chain link fence that would do fine. Get a quick look in the backyard, and that'd be it. We got a yard pit video of the neighborhood here. Very nice neighbors, well kept lawn for the most part. Very quiet. Just a wonderful rental spot. And there's your backyard, decent sized backyard here. Just needs to be cleaned up. Got a 150 amp breaker inside, so that's good for the size of this home. Don't have to worry about upgrading that. And basically we've got, for a rental property, keeping in mind that roof could open up some more problems, we've got a $23,500 budget for the rental. Again, $8,000 of that's for that roof. You know, that could change dramatically, be a lot cheaper if we can just manage to get in there and repair it. But this is worst case scenario, $23,500 to get this thing up to a really nice rental property. All right, that's it.